One of the comments that I got asked a couple of times was how to find fatwood in the woods. Now, in the eastern woodlands, especially in the southeastern woodlands, fatwood is very plentiful. So we're going to take a look for some of the indicators or my favorite ways to find fatwood, which is low effort, it doesn't cause damage to trees, and it gets us in business quickly. So that's what we want to look at. Let's take a walk. We're going to find some. I'm going to look at the indicators, but I want to show you it from a distance first so you know what to look for. Within 15 feet is everything I need to start an emergency fire. Now, we all know some of the stuff that we're looking for. We see this dead standing, this hang, that's dry wood. That's good. But as far as looking for fatwood, I'll show you what I spotted and what I want to share with you guys. Now, as we get down here, I'll grab it, I'll bring it back up to the camera, we'll take a look at it together. So, right in front of me, just a couple of feet, is a dead tulip poplar, bow drill, that's good. These are maples here. They'll be good bows, they're good and limber, kind of straight. And they're water saplings, so they can go. Another tulip poplar. We see that dead hang up back there for larger wood. Check this out for tinder. Look at this. This is perfect. We'll take all of that as well. I don't even have to split that. It's bone dry. But right here is what we're looking for. This is a dead pine in front of me. Now you could tell it's been here a long time. It's starting to degrade. But we can still benefit from the same thing that makes fatwood so beneficial. I'm going to come up here to one of these offshoots. I'm going to saw one off. I'm going to bring it to you to take a look. You can already smell it just by getting it hot. There we go. Oh boy. I'll come back down, I'll grab some other stuff, but I'm bringing this for you. Take a look at this. Make sure this camera's focusing okay. There we go. Take a look at that resin. Look at that. That is insane. All I did was cut off one of those branches, and that's all good fatwood, probably at least up to there. Now, here's a little tip that I have for you for processing it. First thing, anytime you can find a natural anvil is great. So any of this stuff, like right here, is a natural anvil where somebody's been cutting up here, cutting timber. But in this case, we're going to use what we have and the knowledge we have. Let's get turned around here. We found our fatwood. We want to process it. Like I said, in eastern Kentucky, we're on a hillside. We're going to take our saw and we're going to cut a kerf in the top of this. And what we're doing is just starting that process down. I like to start on one corner, really get a good notch going. Oh, it smells so good. And you can see that little notch is going to assist in us splitting it. So now all I have to do, grab my knife, put it in that notch, put it against my tree, couple of pecks, and it'll split right in half. This is what I want to show you. Check this out. Good fatwood, straight from nature, straight out of the woods. We're going to split it again. And again, just to make it easier to mess with, I'll feather all this up. Even though this terrain has been soaked here recently with weather, this is all going to be perfect. Check this out. Get all that. That's out of the center. It's bone dry. Get my handy dandy cigarette lighter just to show you. This will take flame. The wind will allow. This will take flame incredibly easy. Hard to do in the wind. Let's turn this way. What I want to show you is this will take flame right on those feathers very easily. And you get all of that signature Fatwood, that black smoke. This stuff's going to be good. So let's get set up. Let's gather the rest of the stuff for our fire and see what all we can gather just from right here around where I'm standing. Now I'm going to put you back in. I've got 4 good pieces of Fatwood. I won't need any more. I'll bring my saw with me just in case, even though I don't think I'll need it. We're looking for our bird's nest, our fire lay, get everything we need. First, we're going to go back here to this low-hanging fruit. All of this splintered wood. That's my fire starter right there. That's everything I need for tinder, done. Any of this stuff that's laying up off the ground, it was incredibly windy yesterday, so this is all good firewood. Way more Fatwood than I'll ever need here for this situation. But if I was in a survival situation, I would take a while, grab me a couple of good pieces. Let me toss this down. We'll move the camera down and over and see my favorite for a bird's nest is to here too. And that's this sage grass. I'll grab all of it I can. See how close we get. I may have to walk around a little bit more just to get a bird's nest together. But as you can see, this is pretty quick. It's pretty quick to grab what I need. Now behind you is tons. I'll go ahead and reset. We're going to build a fire here. We'll have everything we need in just a couple of moments. Let's see what we can do. Now, what I want to do is clear me out a place. Just to get my fire going. Get my Fatwood. May have to use this saw. Doubt it though. I'll grab my fire kit in case we need it. Even though I don't think I will. I just don't want to have to get up and down. Because I'm an old man. Now, we have our bird's nest. It's a little small. We'll stick that in our pocket for right now. We'll go ahead and process up this Fatwood so it's not an issue. Get some good wide chips here. Feather this out because I want this to take ignition very easy. So I want to start with all this light stuff. We'll just stuff that in my pocket too. You see that? Now this ground's wet, so we really want to give it a good chance to start. More fire prep, the better. Nobody has ever been mad because they spent too much time prepping a fire. One. This is the one that we lit earlier, so we'll go ahead and get him on down too. These big wide chips. And what I'm doing is starting on that center facet where I split this in quarters. Just feathers it all the way out. A few feather sticks. There we go. Now, knife up because it's safe. We want to put our knife up first. Now we're going to get some of our kindling. That's all this stuff that was splinters off that tree. I'm just gonna break these in half. They're bone dry, so that's more than enough. Put them up there on those leaves, it's a little drier. That there. Ferro rod. I'm not depleting any of my resources inside my kit. Get my bird's nest out. Really want to open it up. Get that pocket in the center that's a little softer. I'm going to set it there. I'm going to go ahead and put as many of those Fatwood chips in there as I can, because this is going to go pretty fast and it's a small bird's nest. What's this, a cough drop wrapper or something? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is light this, move, and transfer very quickly. I want these oak leaves out of here. They burn slow, they hold moisture. Let's look at another trick. I recommend this for people that have compromised grip strength, things like that. And that's using the back of your folding saw to strike your ferro rod. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to pump it so it lights. Thought I had it in there. There we go. Transfer these curls. Come on, guys. There you go. Very quickly. Quick is good, because even though this stuff is a little moist, it's still burning fast. Fatwood's lit. We can start with this kindling. That was really a good save, because it's bone dry. And we're doing sort of a chaotic teepee, but it's kind of one-handed. We don't want to drown it out, or snuff it out. So we just pile this stuff up. There we go. Fire. Now, we know our fire is good when we're burning thumb-sized pieces. So I put my ferro rod up. Make sure my knife and my cutting tools are safe. I don't want to get cut messing with this stuff. We can move some of these larger pieces in place. I like to put a little round wood in there because I don't want everything to burn at once and then no fire, right? So here's my test. See if we can sustain a fire. Now, as you can see, this is completely off the landscape. Really ideal scenario. I picked up everything I needed right away. The fire's going. Found it all within 10 feet of each other. That fire is going and sustained. All I have to do is make sure it doesn't get in those leaves and take off on me. So Fatwood is not incredibly hard to find. It's not incredibly hard to process. We're going to go through the processing piece again. We can have fire in just a couple of minutes from finding Fatwood. It is my favorite natural tinder in the eastern woodlands, especially down south where we don't have a lot of birch. We have water birch, but naturally occurring, we don't have a lot of birch. That little fire is going to be good to go. And from there, I could start adding my larger firewood.